I'm asking the ICC to hurry up, and if possible, they can come here and start the investigation tomorrow. This issue has been left hanging for so many years. Matagal, ma'am, baka mamatay na ako, hindi na nila ako maimbestiga. So I'm asking the ICC through you na magpunta na sila dito bukas, umpisahan na nilang investigation. And if I am found guilty, I will go to prison and rot there for all time.
2 days ago, the whole world has witnessed the degrading fashion in which a former president of a sovereign country was bundled into a private aircraft and summarily transported to The Hague. To us lawyers, this would be called an extrajudicial rendition. To the less legally inclined, it was a pure and simple kidnapping. My client was denied all access to the legal recourse in the country of his citizenship, and this all in the nature of political score settling. Two troubled entities struck an unlikely alliance, an incumbent president who wished to neutralize and choke the legacy of my client and his daughter on the other hand, and a troubled legal institution subject to delegitimization and desperate for a price cuts and a legal show today on the other hand. With this in mind, it is not surprising that my client was abducted from his country. ICC private jets do not drop out of the thin air. That jet which received my client was coordinated in advance. The UAE is not a state party to the ICC and has no obligation to cooperate with the court. Yet my client sat in transit in that country for more than 5 hours. I invite the registry's representative to present today in court to explain to the judges exactly how they believe this transfer was anything other than a gross abuse of process. Given the precipitous arrival of my client, an elderly man with debilitating medical issues, hard of hearing and poor of sight, he was taken to a hospital for observation. Only this morning have I met him for the first time with less than an hour to discuss legal issues. I have not been able to present him with a hard copy of the arrest warrant because we were not supplied with such. I have not even been able to explain to him what the prosecution requested when seeking the issuance of the arrest warrant. This is because the chamber only established a redacted version of the prosecution request last night. Other than to identify himself, my client is not able to contribute anything to this hearing. Most importantly, he is not able even to tell you that he has been informed of the charges as contained in the arrest warrant for a reason more pertinent to which I alluded in my written request to this honorable pretrial chamber this morning, and which is confidential in nature. Accordingly, I repeat my respectful request, which was rejected this morning, to postpone the substantive aspect of this hearing to the next week, when I will have the opportunity to sit with my client and to explain to him what a confirmation hearing is and what the disclosure is, and how the prosecution alleges that he committed crimes. I thank the court for its attention and regret to say that I do not have instructions to continue my submission any further today. Thank you.
Kasi Walang kriminal sa kalye?
Alaga.
Walang snatcher?
Walang snatcher.
Walang akyat bahay?
Walang akyat bahay.
Walang magnanakaw?
Walang magnanakaw.
Walang mamamatay tao?
Walang mamatay tao.
So yun po lahat? Yes.
Oh.
So walang mga kriminal o walang insidente ng kriminalidad. Bakit po?
Merong mga incident, not totally. It could be a dream.
I visited former President Duterte. He is in the hospital wing of the detention center. And he is in good spirits. He is well taken care of. Nag-comment lang siya na he really misses Filipino food. Yan lang. But very recently sa meal nila, meron ng rice. So that was a good development. And then we discussed about his legal team. And we discussed about the family. And we discussed about the country. When we talked, he, as a request, he asked me to go home. So, he repeatedly said, do not leave the country. Do not leave the Philippines. And so I told him na, I know, I understand that. And I do not want to be here as well. Unfortunately, I am the only one who has a Schengen visa. And I am the only one who is a lawyer. So I told him that when we are able to meet with the legal team, that I will immediately return home and yes, do my work. But if you talk to lawyers, they call it extraordinary rendition, but for a family member like me, that's kidnapping. That's forcibly taking my father to another country and illegally arresting him. So that's clearly kidnapping. First off, I'd like to thank all our countrymen for your prayers and your profound support to the former presidents. We can feel your love. We can feel your anger. We can empathize with everyone. Everyone's rage about what happened. And let us not be let us not forget the real issues in our country, and that is that is the poverty, that is corruption, that is the failure of the government to answer the demands from the people about accountability and transparency, and the failure of the government to address peace and security in our country.